Welcome back, ladies and gents, and all in between. If you don't already know, this is my submission to the Top 30 NYX Face Awards 2018 Challenge, Avant Garde. Yes, we made the top 30. Yes, I am so excited, yes! So if you're loving this Avant Garde, different textured, fun, silvery look, keep on watching and I'll show you how exactly to achieve it. Okie dokie, starting with the chest piece. So you want to go and grab a bunch of foil. I used about 20 meters of the stuff. I ended up cutting it up into strips, scrunching and rolling them up until I had a fair few of them. So like maybe about 60. I drew up this rough template to go by so my diamonds weren't wonky. You want to basically just want to weave these in and out of each other and hot glue them to keep them in place. I went back and forth from the mirror a few times just to check the size. You basically want this to cover from one shoulder blade around the front of your body to the other shoulder blade. Once I had enough to cover this area, I just wrapped it around my body and bent it, just cutting off any gangly bits, and you end up with something like this, and I just bejeweled the crap out of it. So this wig is brand new, so I thought why not ruin it by sticking a bunch of glitter to it. Starting off with the Studio Perfect Photo Loving Primer in green. We're just going to rub that into our beautiful skin. To get the perfect pasty foundation, I've mixed some white cream paint in with some Stay Matte Not Flat liquid foundation in ivory and just spread that over my entire face and buffed it in with a sponge. Using any kind of white or translucent loose powder, I'm just patting that in to set the white cream paint that is mixed in with that foundation. I like to pat my face with my hand just to see if I miss anything and then brush any of the excess off with a big fluffy brush. I'm going to start by contouring with the Avant Pop palette in Surreal My Heart using this grey shade. We're just going to chisel out some cheekbones and contour the forehead a little bit. Using the same palette, I'm using the two blue shades. Starting with the lighter teal, I'm shading the base shape I want, going from the inner corner of my eye, up and underneath my brow bone, and then up onto the forehead. Once both eyes have the shape mapped out that I'm looking for, I'm using the deeper blue to deepen the inner of what I just mapped out. Using the Ultimate Brights palette, I'm using this purple shade right here, and I'm just going in underneath where that deep blue was that I just shaded in. I'm blending that in just to add more depth. After all that blending, you will end up with something like this. As a shadow base, I'm using the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk, just on the inner corners. I'm then packing on a teal shimmer shadow over the top of that. And then back in with the black shade out of the Avant Garde Surreal My Heart palette. Back in with those two brushes I used for those two shades to make blending more seamless. For the drips, you're going to need some kind of tray you can mix in, some mixing liquid, and a few pigments. I've got Luna, Vegas Baby, Magnetic, and Gunmetal. If you have a proper splatter SFX brush, that would be ideal, but this is what I had handy, and this is what I'm going to use. At this point, I had done this twice already, so I was terrified to now splatter my face, in case I ruined it again. Thank glob it worked the second time around. All I really did here was splatter those pigments as well as some water activated paints in light blue, teal, silver and black, trying my best to concentrate the darker colours in the deeper shading underneath to not lose that depth. I added some extra mixing liquid to my pigments to make them super duper runny. Just using a cotton tip, I just saturated that, dripped it from the top of my head and let it do its thing. Serious question, does anyone know how to get glitter out of a wig? Because I don't, and I did this, and it's a new wig, and I don't regret it, but now I have a glittery wig. I mixed a bunch of chunky and fine glitter in silver, blue and black, and just attached that to my forehead and my wig with some glitter primer just to kind of hide where the wig started and my forehead ended, but it ended up looking really, really fun and added to the look really well. Using the NYX pigment in Luna, I'm using that to highlight. This is a duochrome pigment that has some blues and purples in it, and this worked really well with my look. For the lips, I'm using liquid suede using Foul Mouth and Metallic Ego. This is very hard to describe what I was trying to achieve from what I was thinking in my head, but I basically just wanted some super overdrawn, really, really juicy looking lips. Started off with Foul Mouth by mapping out the shape that I wanted, filling that in and giving myself some little lip whiskers. I don't know why, but it worked with the look, so why not? I then went in with the Metallic Ego. I popped that on the highlighted areas of my lips, so kind of in the middle on either side of my top and bottom lip. I then went in with the black shade from the Avant Garde palette in Surreal My Heart to deepen those middle areas and the outside corners. I made myself some paper lashes by cutting up strips of cardboard and gluing them onto some big fluffy lashes I had already lying around. Going back in with that Luna pigment just to highlight underneath my eyes and the inner corners. Using some black water activated body paint, I'm painting from my neck down to about my armpits just for a base for my black glitter chest. My chest in glitter, I'm using some glitter primer, just putting that everywhere where the glitter's gonna go, and then I've mixed up a little tray of chunky, fine, and a little bit of hollow glitter in there, and just splattered that over the entire black surface I have. Using some silver paper flakes along with a whole bunch of other bejeweling items I have in a random drawer. I'm just attaching those to my forehead and wig with some glitter primer just to add a bit more dimension and texture to my look. This next step is totally optional. I only choose to do it because I've recently taken the plugs out of my ears and I just thought that this was a cute way to cover it. And there you have it, folks. This is my top 30 Face Awards submission for Avant Garde. Now, this is all up to you guys. If you think this look deserves to get through to the top 15 for the NYX Face Awards, then head over to nyxcosmetics.com.au and vote for me. Voting starts Wednesday the 2nd of May and ends Sunday the 6th of May. Don't forget to head over to my Instagram and also subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you guys next time.